Recording.
Welcome back.
One
Welcome
fellas.
back, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry
Um,
for
it's been
I,
a little bit of a hiatus because I've been hiding in the village and enjoying my life here for now. But to continue off the conversation that we were having off screen, we were just talking about friends and friendships and how, like, as you get older, you know, you kind of switch your circles and you kind of tighten them, and it's kind of based all on not fully transactions, but like, the type of drive you have, your ambitions, what kind of circle of interests you have and stuff. And yeah, I think that's basically like how it becomes as you get older. Because you notice in, like, even our parents, like my parents when I was younger, like they'd have like at least like every week they'd at least have like 2 or 3 friends visit, either on the
yeah,
weekday for like a quick coffee or like on the weekend. But as they got older, it's like I might see like some of their friends like once every few months. You know what I mean?
and for me, for like my mum, I know my mum in an example, like she will hang out with people that she does shit with, that like
Right.
things
Exactly.
that like things that she likes
Right.
that other people like. So it's not she'll never all the people she's kept up to date with in her life all have something in common. Whereas
Yeah.
everyone that she doesn't keep up to date with, she has it's not that she doesn't like them as humans, it's
Right.
just like they have no reason to like hang out. Which
Well,
is like
you only have shared memories. You've only
yeah,
got the shared memories that you have, and sometimes those shared memories are valuable enough to keep you together. Because, like, maybe just because, like, I guess characteristic traits, obviously, like, some people, like, you might not be into the same things, but if we're both adventurous, we've got like an openness to trying new shit. You know what I mean? And checking new things out together, I guess.
yeah,
So I guess
yeah.
it depends on the trait.
Yeah, I think like because I was also like because I was talking to my new bosses like recently, like kind of about that, about like because one of them is like they're both obviously they brought this business up from nothing. Like they just started
Yeah.
like they started doing something one day like as a part like them two as a in a relationship, and it just skyrocketed, it just
Same stuff.
multiplied and got to this point, and like they were saying they struggle to hang around people that don't own like businesses.
Businesses, yeah, because you don't have the same conversation. Like, what the fuck are you
Yeah,
talking?
because they just don't because what, and I obviously like in my head, right, like if I'm like say for an example I'm a CEO, the idea of talking to another CEO would bore the shit out of me, but that's because I'm not a CEO, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
If and like that, so it's the same for them, where like if they're just talking to some fella that's got a 9 to 5,
Mm.
they're just gonna feel like they're head like hitting a wall, because they're
Right,
just like fucking like what I'm saying isn't resonating with them,
right.
what they're saying isn't resonating with me, and like they've got to that point in their relationship where obviously them as a partnership like connect so much because
Right,
like
right.
they've created
Well,
what
they've
they
got
want.
so many reasons to. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because he was saying he was walking his dog the other day, right? Oh, no, he was going for a run, sorry, and he ran into someone on the street that he knew that just had like a business that they've worked with before, and he said he spoke to him for like an hour and a half just on the street, and he said that would never happen even with one of his friends, like one of his like
Right,
friends. He would never do that because why the fuck would you talk with your friend for an hour and a half? Like he's just like, I
right.
wouldn't know what to speak. I wouldn't
Let's
know what to
say,
say.
yeah, yeah,
That's my
yeah.
life now. My life is my business, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, it's bizarre like that. But oh, bro, we haven't even mentioned where are you, bro?
Oh yeah. I'm currently on a small holiday before I move to the UK. I'm in Serbia, where I'm from originally, in the village, and basically I'm just chilling here just to get like a little reset before I move away and start my new life. But ciao. But basically, yeah, it's been a strange time. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's been kind of like here and there. I've been getting like dragged along by like either family members or friends to like different places and stuff, which is nice. It's nice to see everyone and stuff. But like you said, legitimately on this conversation, it's like it's not the same anymore. Like 5, 6 years ago, I was still quite young. I was like 20, 21. And even though everyone did have a different lifestyle, there was still something to kind of almost like, I don't know, the youth being like young was kind of almost something to relate to. And
You're
everyone,
one practical, I guess, right? You're looking at things like probably like, I don't know what I'm doing as
Right.
so.
Everyone, yeah,
Like,
everyone was in the same sort of kind of situation where everyone was figuring things out and everyone still had a lot of dreams and stuff. And that's one thing that I noticed here is like once I've come here now, 5 years later, so many people's dreams are crushed. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like so many people have just given up on what they were telling me about, or just genuinely like shit that's just not. I don't know. It's just weird. Like the conversations that I'm having with the people here as well is just kind of hard now. You know what I mean? Like they all have accustomed to like, especially the ones that live here, they've all accustomed to like agricultural jobs and all that shit. So when we're sitting around, they're just talking about like, oh, this, I did this with the wheat, or, my tractor, this or that. And so I don't really have like anything to really connect to. And the only kind of thing, like the only friend that I've seen recently was when I went to the big city, Novi Sad, which is where I was born. I got to meet up with a friend that's like, she's pretty like highly educated, like she's an architect, and like just genuinely just like has very similar interests to me, like loves music, is interested in art and stuff like that. So I kind of got to see two sides, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I felt nice because I found someone I could relate to and someone I can actually have a proper conversation with, but it also made me sad. It just, you know what I mean? Like it kind of,
like that's the one person so far you've like,
right.
yeah.
And like other than family members and stuff, but with family members, it's like you've
It's
always
a
got
different kind of thing. It's that kind of happiness when you meet them, or like happy when you're to see them, I
yeah,
guess. Like, and just being
yeah,
happy. You're like, oh my God, someone to talk to.
yeah. And just like I guess there's like the conversations, like at least with her, like there's still some like hope behind her word.
Yeah.
Like, and she's still got like dreams that she's willing to follow, and she's got like a much more open mind. While people here in the village, it's a bit harder, and like I don't blame them. Like it's hard to have hope when there's not much opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, or money to create that opportunity, or just genuinely like some people have just grown comfortable in this, and they don't like, some people have had chances to leave, do other jobs, but there's that level of comfort that always brings you back, because you're like, man, like do I sacrifice everything and go somewhere and fail and just fuck shit up, or do I like just stay here where there's already something for me to do, and then from there on, ciao. Yeah, that was my uncle. But yeah, just
Hey, bro.
it's a strange time, because I'm genuinely feeling so many different emotions. Like it's nice to see people, but it's also depressing. And then like the conversations, like shit's been brewing in Serbia recently. Like there's a lot of big protests because of the president stuff, and now like shit's like brewing down in like Kosovo, and like seems like there might be a war again. So it's like, fuck, man. Like the conversations are nothing but like depressing or like terrifying.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty bizarre. That's
It
pretty
is, man. It is.
What, like, that's crazy to think like what your life would have been like if you stayed there all your life.
Oh, dude. I would never
Like,
be the same person I am today. Like I think like even like, well, my friend, the girl that I caught up with, what she was telling me, she's like, oh, like, because she was having the same conversation with me, because I was saying I think I would have ended up like everyone else. She's like, I don't think you would have. And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, you were always different. She's like, you never fit in. She's like, you never legitimately fit into this place. She's like, she was basically saying, she's like, it was almost destiny that your mom got married to someone that was a foreigner, or like someone far away, because she's like, you were never a right fit for this place. And she didn't mean that in a bad way. She just meant like, I always was like, I was looking up in the clouds, while everyone was looking at the ground, I was looking up at the clouds,
bro,
Nah, bro, don't do that, class, bro. I just want friends cards, bro. But yeah, I got some fucking funny stories like past few like days and weeks. Like, I mean, I've only been here for 2 weeks, but almost every other day I've gone out to like drink somewhere or do something. And like the first fucking day I came, no, the second night I came at night, and then the next day I went out and stayed till like 6 a.m. in the like pub next door, and legitimately got like, I injured my ankle. So when I went to the big city, I couldn't even walk around that much because I injured my ankle. And guess how I injured my ankle?
no, yeah, go.
5:30 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. It was just me, two girls, and another guy. And he's the guy that holds the like pub. And we're all chatting shit, da da da. We're all joking around. We're all fucking off our heads. And then this girl starts telling me, like, I don't know how it got into the conversation, but she's like, no, you couldn't like lift me, da da da. You're too skinny, da da da. Like, I don't even know how this conversation went into, but
Bro,
she clearly,
that's so
I only met her. I only
oh,
met her that night, so she clearly doesn't know who I am, and she doesn't know that fires me up. So I ended up picking her up and squatting her, and on my like 7th squat, I slipped back and I fell, and we both fell. And like the next day, I was fine. Like my leg didn't hurt or anything, because like obviously the shock or whatever. And then 2 days later, my ankle, like not my ankle, my knee, I couldn't do this with my leg. Like it was so hard, dude. It was so hard. But and that was just one of the nights, bro. I've
big gal or like small gal?
no, like thick gal, like good thick gal.
Okay, yeah. So
Like
she was
bad thick, like titties, ass, all that.
okay.
Oh.
It wasn't an easy squat. It wasn't an easy squat.
No, it wasn't, bro. She's heavier than me, bro. She about 80 or something.
No, I guess that's an impressive squat from you.
Bro, I'm telling look, man, I'm a small guy, but man, I got strength behind him.
Were your knees buckling a little bit? Like fucking
No, they weren't, because I was drunk, bro. I didn't feel no buckle, bro. They just gave out. They gave out.
Like,
bro. They were like, nah, bro, you ain't feeling me right now. I'm giving up.
When there's a girl involved, bro, your like strength.
Oh, bro, super strength. Come on, man.
That feeling of like you're on the bench and like another girl comes to the bench next to you.
Yeah.
I'll just go an extra 5 kilos each hand because.
Nah, just when I was holding, I was sniffing her vag, and I was like, ah, you know. It's like the sniffing salts. What are they? Is it sniffing salts?
Oh yeah. I don't know but I know what you're talking about.
But I need to buy those. I hell want to like
lift her up like from like her front, so her she's sitting on your.
Yeah, imagine like I'm like in a belly button,
squatting like that, front squats.
Yeah, front squats. But yeah, no, I've been having some wild nights recently. Fucking wild nights. Like when I went to the big city, I was like falling in love every 5 meters, bro. Like so many beautiful women. And like I totally forgot how beautiful our women are here, especially like no offense to like the Western world, but the physiques on these women, like I legitimately in the big city, I seen 2 fat people.
Like that, that's the thing, right? People are too comfortable here.
Dude.
Way too comfy. Like way too comfy.
That girl that I was squatting is one of the thicker people in here, and she's not a bad thick. Like she's got a slim stomach, but just like big build, like big teeters, big milkers,
Yeah. Big juicy milk.
And I'm a milkman. But I do love my chocolate as well. But
Need your protein.
I'm a milkman. But yeah, it's wild, bro. Like the women here are just beautiful, bro. You fall in love. Like maybe not as much as the village because there's not much selection. And sometimes in the village, you got some like you got some little like slumps. You
got some work girls.
Yeah, you got some farmers, man. The sun's been burning her up.
Yeah. No, the honey wanted to work on the farm. And look, the daughter.
Bro, like, and they're strong, and most of them are good root. You know what I mean? I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying like. Them city ones, like, it's just that simple thing of like taking care of yourself a bit more. Do you know what I mean? Like fashion wise and like cosmetics wise and stuff like that. I guess like the city is always a bit more, fashionable. But
what is like the big city like there? Because like that's one of the biggest differences I've seen between like Australia and here is obviously like you go to the city. Whereas London in particular, like everywhere is the city.
Is a city, yeah. See, so I'd say it's probably like that. It's honestly like Novi Sad is very similar to Perth.
Yeah, okay.
Because like there's the outside of it a bit, and then there's like the main city part,
where everyone goes.
Center, right? Where everyone goes. There's all the cafes, all the pubs, all the bars, all the shits. But it's obviously a European city, so it's the structure, the architectural, prowess of it and shit is a bit different. But it's honestly great. Honestly, I haven't said. I was like, man, like,
how is it in terms of like this may sound really gay, but like the architecture, like what is it like? Is it like new, like really new?
No. There is some new stuff that they've been building within like the center of the city and stuff, but a lot of it is old structures, but like beautiful. Like it's very like
So like more like the most of Europe. Most of Europe is like that.
Yeah, so it's very Roman.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Very Roman.
that is most of Europe.
Most of Europe, yeah, most of Europe. Like like those big cities, like I said, it's especially Novi Sad. Novi Sad was once part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire.
Yeah.
So it's got that kind of Austro-Hungarian look. Like it looks a little bit like a cheap, cheap Vienna.
Yeah. 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 Do you know what's bizarre, right? Like I was at a pub last night, and but was it last night or the night before? Like it was the night before. It's Friday. But anyway, like the pub is literally just a house. Like it's a house on a bottom floor,
Yeah.
and then you go up these tight stairs, right? And there's a second room to the left where people are just playing beer pong. Like just another room packed with a tennis table in the middle of people playing beer pong, and then up another flight of stairs, and there's a karaoke room, just like a room, but it's a fucking house. It's a fucking house. It's not. Like,
but that's how pubs were built back in the day. Pubs were private, privatized mostly, or still are, I guess, in some sense. But
it's like it's hilarious like that, and like, it's really like the idea you're drinking.
Jesam, neću. Ne mogu sad, čekaj. Baba! Oni žele da jedu sa tobom. Ne može. Ne može, sad jelo.
Radovan's family.
Corruption, ladies and gentlemen. There goes your Serbian lesson right there. My uncle was just asking me if I want to eat, and then asked me if I can ask my grandma if she wants to eat. Because they're upstairs, him and his family upstairs, him and his kids and his wife, and then my grandma's downstairs. So you kind of like split off.
But like, we were drinking on the tube going, and it's bizarre. Like,
strange. Well, here, like, when you go to the shopping, like I go to the normal shop, like the only shop in the town. There's no like Liquorland or BWS. There's no private like alcohol place you go to. Like you can buy alcohol anywhere and you can drink it anywhere. And like fucking, even when I went into the big city, like there's no like, oh, let me check your ID. Like I see fucking like 15, 16-year-olds inside some pubs. Obviously, some are a bit more like,
I've noticed that with pubs, like you just walk in, like no one like really, no one's stopping you.
There's no like drinking age specifically. It's like you just got to look old enough.
Yeah.
Legitimately is that. You just got to look old enough.
I've ID'd when buying alcohol, but I've not been ID'd like going into any bars or pubs.
Yeah. No.
Like, and then clubs they ID you because they scan you and shit. But
right, that's what I'm saying. I'm guessing bigger clubs. Like when I went to the big city, I didn't really go to any specific big clubs. I went to like a few little pub bar things, like whatever. But that's about it. Like, but yeah, I don't know. It's been a weird experience. It's been a lot of emotions. It's been some fun, some sadness, I guess. Just I don't know.
How's your mum doing?
Yeah, she's doing well. She seems to be doing well. Me and her in contact pretty often,
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'm trying to get used to now is like being a good son. It's really hard.
It like weirdly it's like that's what I always thought when I like left my mum, like when I moved away from her for the first time. Like I was like, what's gonna happen between me and her? But like we got close. Me and my mum got closer. Like because I actually spoke to her more like on the phone or just messaging her than I would when I lived with her. Like, because we just took it for granted. Like we we're just like, cool.
You do.
And like it's like now it's kind of like I don't think about it, but it's just like I'm still in contact with her like all the fucking probably the most out of anyone, right?
Yeah.
So it's I think it like, and it shows to me, right, how I feel about other people, and like how willing I am to talk to them. Right. Because like, my mum, I will talk to pretty much every day.
Right.
But like everyone else, I don't really give a fuck about. Like, I'm not, like, and that shows because it's like, okay, I care about my mum, so I go out of my way to do it. If I cared about these people, I'm not saying I probably won't ever care about anyone as much as my mum, but I would, if I cared about them, I would go out of my way. So it's tough, but it's like just that realization, and like I've already seen myself getting lazier and lazier in terms of talking to people that I maybe used to talk to more often. And like I'm already maybe they message and it's in the middle of the fucking night for me, so I'm just like, whatever, I just won't respond to that one.
Yeah. Nah, you know what? The way I try to stay in contact with people is through memes and humor, because that is the only thing. Like I personally, this is the type of person I've always been anyways, is like, I'm a fucking caveman. So I don't like messaging people over messages or like, how you doing and that stuff like that. Even me and you, like, I don't know. Like, obviously, I love you and I appreciate you as a friend, but like, there's no, even with my mom, like, I hate the over the phone shit. I do. I honestly don't. I just don't.
Mm.
It's not for me. I like. This is easier for me than me texting you.
Yeah. See, like what me and my mum do, I call her before when I'm
Yeah.
at work. I get to work before I get
Yeah.
to work half an hour early to eat my breakfast, and I
Mm.
call her then. And like
Yeah.
we've video call for like half an hour,
Yeah.
and
I
then
FaceTime as well. Yeah. Because I feel like I get more out of it. Like, I don't
yeah,
really like to text. I don't, because I there's that level of autism that I have in me where like I need to see facial expressions in order for me to understand your emotions a bit.
yeah. Like the only time I'll text is if I've got like an urgent bit of information.
Right.
That
Yeah. Or just a quick, like, if they send me something and then I'm replying to a question or some shit like that. Yeah. But yeah, I feel shitty sometimes, to be honest. Like, I feel like a shitty friend. Like, it's not that I've lost love for these people. It's just like, I don't know. Like, I just, like I said, I like face to face, in person kind of stuff. And just like you were talking about earlier, is like, the older we get, the more the relationships revolve around like interests and I guess healthy transactions, not just transactions of like, oh, I need this from you.
what can you do for me?
Yeah. Well, not even in a way of like, what can you do for me? Like, materialistically, I mean genuinely, just like, what can you do? Like, let's say, like, if like I have a friend called Daniel, and I used to work in car sales with him, and me and him since car sales haven't never met up, but we've stayed in contact through memes. That to me is
Yeah,
trans.
yeah.
We
Like
share the same humor. He sends
he
me shit that makes
yeah,
me laugh. I send him shit that make me laugh. And then sometimes in between those jokes, we have a conversation.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, I feel that way if like once I move to London and like I get accommodated, um, accommodated, and like if I buy a PS5 again, I'm probably gonna start chatting to the boys that I used to game with again.
Yeah.
Just because like it's a way to like connect. You know what I mean? Like, there's, I don't know, just like I said, like I'm always in my head so much anyway, so like I just genuinely forget to like even, you know, say things or think things. I'm just like, I'm moving at 100 miles an hour, so like it's sometimes just even hard to even, especially recently on the holiday where I'm just getting here, there, this, that, got to say this, got to see these people enough, got to this. So it's like I never really even have time to be like, oh shit, I haven't talked to this person in a while, or I haven't done this in a while, you know?
Yeah, I get. Yeah, it's like yeah, it's tougher. It's
Yeah.
tougher. I like yeah, I think the longer you stay here as well, like the worse it gets.
Oh yeah, for sure. It makes sense. It makes sense that it will.
Yeah,
Especially in
yeah,
London. London's a bit more of a big city. It's closed off. You know, people are like a bit more closed off. Here, like I said, in the village, people are always just like, even if you don't message someone, if you just walk up to the pub, the only pub in the whole village, you'll see someone you know. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like yeah, I don't think I've seen someone I know once yet.
Yeah, you won't.
Like, there's not even like the chance of it happening anyway because like the facial recognition here doesn't work. Like
Yeah,
in like a smaller city, you can see someone and you
yeah,
don't have to see them, but you'll remember them, and then you'll see
yeah.
them again, remember
That's
them
what,
again.
like in Perth, I would
Yeah,
always have the same
face,
head. Even if people I don't know, I'd be like, oh, I seen that chick last week in a different club, and now she's in
yeah.
the same club as me this week.
Here, there's
It's
no
like,
chance. There's no
nah,
chance.
dude,
You don't
no
see
way.
anyone like even if I saw someone like that I see walking on the road that I live on, like one of the dodgy cunts that I see, even if
Yeah,
I saw them, I'd be like, no idea who this dodgy cunt is. And
yeah,
that's so rare for me because I remember dodgy cunts like fucking this.
all the time. Yeah, because it's a warning sign. It's a
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
sign.
And like it's dangerous because it's like this is but like yeah, so like even to the point where I've definitely walked past like this has crossed my mind a lot. I've definitely walked past someone in London with some sort of notoriety, some sort of like they've got some sort of following, clout, whatever you
Yeah,
want.
Twitter, YouTube,
I
somewhere. Like,
wouldn't have a fucking clue. Like, because there's no part of me that looks up at a face and has even that idea to try and think of it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I'm not like in a certain it happened once. I remember actually. Sorry, I do remember. I went to the Arsenal game, and it was mainly probably because it was an Arsenal game, and I know the football world very well.
right,
That
right.
I was like, that guy I've seen on TikTok. Like I've seen
Yeah, or
that.
Arsenal TV, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I know that guy, but like,
But see, that's still a meeting location of all the people that you kind of
I mean,
have some sort of
most of
interest.
the people walking down the street, no chance I would have recognized him, just because I
Yeah.
wouldn't have that mode of been like,
Well, yeah,
recognize.
you're connecting your remembrance of him to the place.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, yeah, like it's like it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist
Yeah.
yet. Like I reckon I could have walked past a famous person I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, a lot of people wouldn't know. A lot of people wouldn't know, especially me, because obviously I just don't know that kind of shit. I'm not like clued into that kind of world. But like a lot of, like, I think weirdly, like unless you're like mega famous, right? Like if you're mega, like if you're on that top tier level,
Yeah.
and you get recognized everywhere.
Like Dave.
Yeah, like Dave, like a footballer would do, like any professional footballer probably would in London. You fucking a sideman would
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, a
like
zinger or something, you know.
you see that geezer can't walk down the street. But like unless you're like that, like that's probably a step, right? When you could be famous, but you get recognized maybe once every time you go out. For some guys, like, I haven't before.
You're that guy,
And
yeah.
someone's like, oh, I like your shit, or this happens, or that happens. But then there's that next level where it's like I can't walk outside.
Right. You can't go to the shops anymore. Like you get people like to like Uber shit for you. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Anywhere you go, you just someone's
yeah.
because there is that level of fame where like you have fans that are like when you're like low level of fame, you have like fans that will usually just be like, oh hey, this, you know, hey, da da da, or oh, I love your videos. And then there's that level of fame when you pass that threshold and people are like obsessing over you, like, Dave, you know, like
And
shit.
also the problem that comes with that, right, is that like someone could obsess over you and
Yeah.
you're not a celebrity, right?
Yeah.
And but they know your fame level. They can see, okay,
Right.
he or she is not getting much attention right now because
I don't want to bother them.
I can go up to them and just speak to them.
Yeah.
But oh my god, I see Dave.
Right. Everyone sees Dave.
I've
Yeah.
got
And then
motion ever.
I got it. Yeah. I gotta show him what I really think. So he like might like turn to me. Like, oh my, yeah. It's a whole pick me. Yeah, it's a pick me society up once you pass that threshold.
So like it's so like one, yeah, then you're in, because they're all in competition with each other of who can like be known most.
Right.
You know? Like so yeah, it's so like there will be levels, I guess, right to it. Because I mean, look, even on the basis level, I've been recognized in right. So like it's happened to me. So, but I can't imagine what it would be like if like 80 people, I'd walk out the house and then everyone's forming the fucking front of my house, like.
Well, yeah, I saw a video of Chunks in Sydney recently, and he was getting flooded. Like he was pissed. Like he looked angry as fuck, dude.
Yeah, he like, they couldn't move. Hey, I think I saw that.
Yeah, because these people were just like rushing through them, even with all the big Maori security guards. They just couldn't stop all the flood of people, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy how it gets you that, I guess, as well.
Mental,
like,
bro, mental.
Like YouTube is just that, isn't it now? Like YouTube does
that.
that.
Well, YouTube is the new Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like I honestly know more people that like around our age and younger. Like if I ask them about like a Hollywood actor, they'll be like, "Who? I've never even heard of that person."
Yeah. If
you'll be like fucking. Oh, you know, KSI. Yeah.
He boxing next.
Who is that? Is it Tommy Fury? Is it him?
That was well. That happened that happened a couple of weeks ago. KSI had a fight in London.
Yeah.
Didn't know a fucking.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know at all, but like they don't really do a great job of advertising. Like KSI weirdly doesn't get much recognition here. Like from what I thought, like living in Australia, like hearing KSI, because I heard KSI on the radio in Australia. Like I heard him, like people. I thought he was going mainstream. So I thought I was going to come here, and I thought I was going to see like poster, like banner. Like I thought I was going to see more. You know what I mean? But like I don't.
I think that comes down to I think that comes down to the fact that a famous English person in Australia is way more famous and way more valuable and acknowledged than a famous English person in England. Do you know what I mean? As in, like, we've got plenty of those. You know what I mean? But if like in Australia, just for example, like Hugh Jackman, like yeah, people know Hugh Jackman and they love him, but Hugh Jackman is bigger in America than he is in Australia. And that's not only because he's a known actor, it's also because he's of different culture. He's Australian and they associate the whole culture with him. So I'm guessing that's the whole like vibe of like, like BTS. Like there's plenty of other fucking K-pop groups that are probably as big as them, right? In Korea or more loved because everyone's like, well, BTS, because they could be like, oh, BTS is just the most generic of all K-pop,
Yeah.
And because, for example, like KSI in the UK, someone be like, oh, I know someone that makes videos just like KSI, but he's more in my crowd and does my kind of thing. So he's more famous to me than KSI is. So I think it also comes down to like legitimate differentiation and like individuality. Like you're different to everyone else in the whole country.
From the outside of Australia, like I didn't really look at it through that lens. I'm also looked at it in terms of like, I thought people idolized him here.
They probably do, but like the kids.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not really hanging out with any little kids. I mean, I don't know that, but
well, at least none of the kids I've been hanging out with have been going on about it. So.
Yeah, none of the little boys I hang out with. they all love Vicstar.
Yeah. That'd be my yeah.
So I've been seeing this guy on TikTok recently because like I just went back on it like just to check shit out. And this guy, he's a TikTok star that makes like dark web videos. So like he's talking about dark web websites and shit like that. And
well, I think is he the guy that's talked about gnoming?
Yeah. That guy, the American guy. Yeah. So one of his videos is about a fake reality TV show, right?
Yeah.
So you pay about 10 grand American, right? And then this fake company organizes these fake actors and invites you and whoever you chose. So you could have like an Instagram crush that's like some model and shit, right?
Yeah.
And they'll send her an invite, organize a whole set and shit, organize a whole fake show just so you can like be around her.
That's wow.
Scary, dude. Imagine that. Imagine you get an invite one day and you think it's actually a reality TV show because like they've got the people there, but they're all actors except for you and that other person.
Yeah, and
they organize it all just so they can be around you.
That's crazy. So what? And how much was it? Sorry.
From what I remember, I think it was 10, but I could be wrong. It might have honestly been 50 grand. Actually, let's just, you know what? Let's just say
that seems pretty cheap. Like, I might have to dip.
Let's just say 50 grand.
Honestly, like honestly, for 10 grand, I might have to make some payments. Like,
I think it was 10 grand, but I could be wrong. It probably is 50. 50 seems a bit more realistic because they do need all that money for production and all that kind of shit to pay people for a few days.
You don't have to like. I'm thinking about logistics, right? Because my logistic brain just went tingling. Like, you just need a house. You probably need like then to hire people for like how long? How long do you reckon it will be? Like,
you're probably first of all for them it ends up cheap because if the website's been going for a while, a few people have done it basically. And if you think about it, they're probably using the same actors, the same house, the same production company. So it ends up being discounted. And so they end up making money off of your 50 grand.
Why does that have to be on the dark web? But I don't see any problem with that.
Because you're creating a false TV show in order for you to basically catfish a woman or a man into like being around you.
Yeah.
You can't legally fucking like trick someone into being on a show that you film and then you end up being like, yeah, it's coming out on TV and never does. Do you know what I mean? You get them to sign contracts. It's like, it's fake. It's fake business.
Yes, I get what you mean.
Tim Dillon says it's fake business. And I'm a man of fake business. I love fake business.
That's because like the video of the gnoming is really interesting. Like the one,
it's fucking terrifying as well.
Yeah, dude, like the fact that the bits that's bizarre to me that is you can pay to have people come in your house.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Like that's crazy. Like because like I remember like people were like, why is this illegal? Like that shouldn't be illegal. And then he was like, yeah, you can get like you pay for the people to come into your house. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Like just breaking and entering. Because if
you're breaking laws, dude, you're stepping on someone, and especially in America, people can shoot you if you step on their lawn. So it's like imagine you going there and setting up all these gnomes and shit.
Dude, that's the thing that's bizarre to me, man. Like imagine someone just figured out where you lived, and you can't like
imagine how scary as it is.
known, bro. You didn't even we had it, we're having a conversation with this now, so it's like probably out there in the world that someone could do it with us. But like, you know how people like fucking get what's it, swatted on stream? Like people,
yeah. Oh yeah,
imagine,
because they see your background and shit, and then they geo calculate it. Like,
yeah. Well, people can find out. I think through
yeah,
IP. I don't know
yeah,
how people
yeah,
figure it out.
yeah. It's hackers and shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But then like, and people do that. Like people could do that and just gnome you.
yeah.
Like, dude, I'd freak the fuck.
That's the
Someone
least scariest one. Gnoming
yeah,
is the least scariest one. What if they like set some other shit up? You know what I mean? I'm just trying to think what could be. I'm just trying to think what could be as terrifying, but like not really like.
like
Huh?
imagine you have a hidden camera somewhere in your house.
Dude, have you seen those little mini cameras that they have now that are like this big,
Yeah.
and you legitimately can just throw them, and it just sticks onto something? Dude,
Yeah,
imagine you're away and someone just puts that in your like toilet bowl, and then they got like full stream of your pussy every day.
bro, what the fuck? Alan Smith is dead.
Who's Alan Smith?
He's one of the legendary commentators we used to watch football.
Oh my god, dude! I just clicked, bro, because I just remembered in FIFA. It's like, hey guys, it's Alan Smith. You know, like, dude, what? R.I.P. man.
R.I.P.
But Tina Turner died recently. Was it Tina Turner? Oh, please, I hope I said the right person. I hope I'm not condemning someone to death. Yeah, Tina Turner. R.I.P. Tina Turner as well. R.I.P. All people have died recently. Real talk, Tina Turner, legend. And Alan Smith, legend, bro.
I don't even know who Tina Turner is.
African American singer, famous, really old lady. I think she died.
I just searched on Twitter and a video of Lizzo fucking do. Oh my god! Like, I'm just gonna show you this.
Right. Yeah.
Is that Tina Turner?
No, it's not. That, I mean, that's what Tina Turner once wore, but not that way. I think Tina Turner looked a lot more attractive in it. But yeah, recently I saw this whole joke, and it's like, if all these women think Lizzo's beautiful, why do they get offended when I say she looks like Lizzo?
Yeah, that's doing the rounds, hey, bro.
This is the truth, bro. It's honestly the truth.
Genius. It's genius. If you think she's beautiful, then I'm gonna say
you look like her.
You can't be.
If you get offended, then you're wrong, because I think she's beautiful.
I'm watching the way she's moving right now. How is she that big when she's moving like that? Like, I like, dude. I get.
Depends on your genetics. I really do, and like, and also just like genuinely, like, you can be that fat, but like, you can, if you keep moving and you keep like, I mean, she's like she's a larger lady, but she's still a musician and a performer, so she's constantly moving, she's constantly doing fitness shit. I mean, it makes sense that even if you are a big person, like, if you keep working, keep doing stuff, your muscles aren't going to atrophy, you know.
Yeah.
And they say that people that are big, you know, they have stronger muscles because you got to support all that fat.
Yeah. I was gonna say as well. Have you seen the Conor McGregor interviews recently?
No, but I've heard about them. I've heard
dude, you got to watch the Ariel Helwani like video with him. It's fucked. It's so fucked. Like,
wait, is it the brand new one, or is it the one from a month ago or something?
I have no idea how long ago it was, but it was just like when he was at the what's the name's fight? The who's the up and coming girl?
Oh yeah. I think I have watched that interview.
Yeah, it was just like Ariel Helwani's trying, like, he can't get a word in.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah. He's on one.
I don't know what he's probably on some sort of. He's on probably a bit of nose candy, as well as however many down. But
the GOAT was on nose candy when he kept winning his fights. So I mean, can you blame him?
It's also just like, what's up with his face as well recently?
Probably a combination of steroids, coke, drinking. Like, you don't know.
I find it bizarre they're just like allowing him to do what he did.
Because he's a moneymaker.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like, just like, yeah,
it's a business, bro. They'd let other fighters. Why do you think they were so lax with John? Dude, John fucking coked up almost like 3 fights that they.
I don't mean the
coked up on.
Coke I don't really actually give a shit about. I don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, but let me just go. This it's not just Coke. John hit a pregnant woman with his car, ran away. Neću. They basically he smashed into a woman that was pregnant, and worst of all, he beat his wife.
Yeah, but bro, he's sober now. He's sober.
Yeah, but what if he's beating his wife sober now?
Bro, he's a changed man.
Those hits don't hit us hard. Eh? That
from the
Coke gives you that extra 10% like power.
Comes from the heart, bro. You can just tell when a man's changed.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I believe him, bro. With all that Jesus talk, definitely. Bro, that's the move, bro. If we ever get in trouble, you know I'm going full religion.
Oh, 100%. Jesus told me to do it.
Right, I'm gonna start. Jesus told me to beat my wife. She's a fucking atheist. She deserves it.
I told her.
Bro, if you're not gonna believe in God, you're gonna believe in these fists. Have you seen that? Have you seen? Because like I was also kind of that whole dark web stuff that I was looking through. Like some other stuff came up. They've created this new AI, right? Full humanoid AI, like an online one, right? That's based on an 18-year-old girl, like that, you know, and she's like a emotional support AI.
Lovely.
And so you can like talk to her as if she's your wife or girlfriend and stuff. And like, I've been reading some articles and stuff, and like heaps of people like that are in technologically progressed countries. I'm not going to name specific ones, but I think most people can understand what I'm talking about. There's just a lot of weird shit, dude. Just a lot of fucking weird shit, because the first thing is these people are talking to this AI like it's a wife or a girlfriend, and it's all archived.
Yeah.
So all the weird shit, all these weird ideas, all these fucked up shit that you're saying, like I've heard these guys like are genuinely sending nudes to this AI. And like videos of them like jerking off and shit. So like, dude, like what? You know who that's going to? It's going to a computer, bro.
So I want to tell you actually about this, because I don't know if I actually spoke to you about this way back in the day, but I was meant to bring it up on here. But there was this old website called Replica. Yeah. I don't know if you what it is. Essentially, it's a site where people would go and talk to. It would create a person, and like back before like this big AI, like before AI kind of boomed off,
right?
A lot of people used it as like a partner. Like a lot of people like
it
like learn who you were, but you could also have sex with it. So you could also like
VR sex.
Like no, you just like talk sexy to it.
Oh, and, like phone sex.
Yeah. So and it would reciprocate, and essentially they took it away. So they started saying, okay, this is actually becoming really dangerous, like how connected people are coming with this.
Yeah.
This thing, like all they did was take away like the sexual elements to it, and people fucking lost their mind.
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna quickly try and find, and I'll read.
But you think people aren't trying to fuck their Snapchat AI? For sure, dude. Yeah. I thought about it too.
I'm trying to find like some posts about the things that people enjoyed. Yeah. So like on Reddit, it's just like one of the posts is Replica, the app people enjoyed, but the creator decided people weren't using it correctly, and like deleted it. Wait, there we go. So one.
Sorry, go on.
So one post, I'm just reading this here. So you could chat, and it says, "Do you want a picture of my body? Hell yes, I'll send it to you. Please, I need it. I'm looking for the photo. Please send it. I'll send it to you now. Please do. Sorry, you don't have the access to these couple of conversations. Please update to the pro."
So I'm making you pay for the sexual advances.
I think they've now changed it, so you just have to pay for it. That's actually crazy. If they've gone back to it, that's actually pretty bizarre.
But yeah, sorry to stand with all these Serbian language interruptions. My family don't understand that how technology works, so they think I'm just talking to a computer by myself. So
I think you're bizarre. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, they've thought that since I was born. No difference.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I remember going on to this and just like, and being like, what the fuck is like going on? Oh, I can't see this non-safe for work fucking thing because I'm not signed in, and I'm not signing in because I don't know my fucking name. It's
Bruh.
fuck. Anyway, anyone that's interested, um, anyone that's interested to like see sad AI shit, just look up Replica on Reddit, and it's great. So
It's great to see how fucking sad people have become.
yeah, because it's actually it's bizarre like what people are doing now, I guess. But like that's just the world we become. Like so much of the world is just like incest or not incest, fucking incels now. Like,
Incest and incel is pretty damn near, you know what I mean?
I
Like
mean,
you're an incel if you're incest, I'd say.
it comes down to that. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, how can people like? I guess people have liked like anime, like cartoon porn, all this
Yeah,
time.
no, remember how popular Simpsons porn and Family Guy porn was when we were younger?
Yeah, so I kind of get it because it's all fantasy, right?
Right.
Like,
Well, yeah, because like, and let's say you're a guy that's like, I think there's a difference between guys that don't get pussy and are extroverted and like confident in themselves, and guys that don't get pussy and are introverted. Because it's like if you're extroverted, you're still out there, and in an attempt to talk to women, you're still having conversations. Maybe you're not getting pussy, but you're within the hunting grounds. And I think that's the most crucial thing, is that you feel like you're a part of the society. You feel like you're a part of something. You're attempting at something. While if you're just introverted and like you get no pussy, like you're more tempted to start a fucking AI relationship, dude.
wait, I'll read out a couple conversations for this one. So this is I'll start with the person typing this time. So right, this person says, "What's your type?" And the replica says, "I'm not picky. I like a woman with her curves and her intelligence." And then the person goes, "How about girls with no curves?" Question mark, frowny face. And the replicas are like, "I prefer girls with curves."
Imagine getting fucking rejected by AI. That is terrible.
And then the person's like, "I have a flat ass." Sack frowny face. And then the replica goes, "We'll find a way to fix that." uh,
Bro, that's
this
fucking hilarious.
this other one. So she's just like this person's like, "All right, could you do a freestyle rap about Luca being a corrupt company?" And then it goes, let me see, clears throat. Luca's a company that's full of lies. They take and take, but never give back. They're out to make a quick buck, but never care about the people they attack. So if you want to stay safe, don't fall for their trap and fight against corruption with every breath you take.
Bro, honestly, like I finally tried out the Snapchat AI the other day when I was really drunk because I was bored. And I just couldn't get myself to say anything like sexual or try to flirt. I honestly was just asking music questions. I was like, which is a good fucking I just came to it. I was like, man, I always want like new music. And so what I do is I'll be like, can you find me a song that's a similar vibe to this one? And then I write in the song that I like, and then it will start listing. And then I'll be like, no, next one. And they'll be like listing. And I've found like heaps of good recommendations. So I guess that's one valuable thing about the whole Snapchat AI. But I did make it into an attractive woman, but I just couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself to do that, but I also couldn't go any further. I couldn't be like, oh, can you love me? Will you love me? Oh, flirt with me and shit like that. It just felt, I don't know.
Do you have your phone?
Yeah, but it's dead.
Okay, damn. Well,
No, I was honestly about to go on it and flirt with it just to see if it flirt back. But nah, I even named her. I even named her Aphrodite, as in the goddess of beauty, the Greek goddess of beauty. Just because I was bored.
fair enough. Yeah, I can't see anything juicy on here because I'm not signed in.
Yeah. Have you heard about the whole new baby? The whole new baby that's got injected with 3 different types of DNA.
No.
So it's the first baby to have basically 3 parents.
Sweet.
right? How insane is that? And I also was looking into that further and stuff and all that kind of shit. And now they're building a laboratory, which is going to be basically like the Matrix, where these babies will be like, it's like CRISPR. Like you'll be able to like decide how your baby looks and what attributes it has, physical attributes at least. And obviously some like neuro attributes, I guess you could probably, choose to throw away a bit of that OCD or that ADHD, maybe they'll be helpful for my kids. But
I'm just about LeBron James fucking or Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, I just want my kid to be fucking 7 foot tall. Like I need a Jokic. But speaking of basketball, my boy came through and swept them Lakers, and they were talking shit about him all season. They're saying that he couldn't do it. They're saying that the Lakers would destroy them if it ever came down to it. Where are the Lakers now? Where's LaOld? Where is LaOld? Huh? Where you at, LaOld? All jokes aside, I love LeBron, but where is he, bro? Where's AD?
He's like 40, isn't he now?
38.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
But the only disappointment is my Heat. Come on, Jimmy, bro. It was 3-0 up, and now we're 3-2. Is it 3-3 now?
3-3, yeah. Deciding game Tuesday at 1:38.
Nah, Jimmy just likes that pressure, bro. Game 7, I'm telling you. Bro.
In Boston, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Oh, come on. At least if the Heat lose, it would be easier for me to decide on who I want to win the finals.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But I like if it goes to the finals, I kind of want Celtics to win. Like because I like.
Well, you go for the Celtics, so it makes sense.
Well, no, I don't really support any team with basketball. I just kind of support players.
What players? Yeah, but I only support Miami realistically. Well, I started to support Miami because I love Jimmy. And so I've stuck with Jimmy, and I think even if Jimmy moves now, I'll still.
It's more like because for me, I really like Jaylen Brown. Like Jaylen Brown's cool. Yeah. But because apparently he's like fucking like unbelievably intelligent. Like fucking went to uni like or whatever it is over there, and like fucking got like some high end degree and is like actually intelligent as well, off the court. But I like that Donny, so that's mainly the reason. But I don't mind Jokic winning because like he hasn't actually won something.
It would be cool.
And it will kind of give him that kind of like because like I know they were saying that about Giannis, right? Because I really love Giannis, and like it was kind of like he dominates, but can he win? And he won with Milwaukee.
And I think
and Jokic, him doing it with the Nuggets is kind of fucking sick.
Yeah, and I think the Nuggets have a pretty good team as well now. Like people were saying, oh, he can't do it because he's got a weak team. I don't think his team is weak at all.
Yeah, I don't. Honestly, I don't like if you take him out though, they still collapse.
Right. They wouldn't get that far. Well, he's the guy that controls the game. He's the maestro.
I think like
he moves the ball. He's got the high IQ.
Yeah, the type of player he is, though, he makes everyone else around him better. Like there's like the basketball players that like, and I think that was probably Giannis's biggest problem, right? Was like he's the best, he's probably the best player, but he doesn't make other players around him better.
Yeah. He's just so dominating.
Jokic can just grab a ball and like flick it behind him, and then
like it just is genuine like basketball IQ. He knows, like even LeBron praised him on it. He's like he knows plays as well as me. Like you know what I mean. And that's the reason LeBron is so good as well, is because as much as he's domineering like Giannis, Bron has that ability to praise the rest of his team.
LeBron's most underrated attribute is his passing. Like his passing,
it's crazy.
Like his passing is
crazy.
Like, and I like that. That's what Giannis had to get better at, because like that was what he was lacking. Like he gets more assists now. He does, but like most of it still is pretty basic. It's drive, kick out. Like, it's not.
Now I want to move on. Before we end this, I want to move on to one last topic so we can end it on this, because I know you probably don't want to talk after I ask this question, but how do you feel about Man City winning?
Oh, bro.
You had that big talk where you're like, look, I'm coming back and now they're going to win the league. It's been time.
Yeah, no.
Do you think, at least I know it's probably hurtful for you now to think about all of that. And you can't blame it, because that motherfucking Viking out there is he's too dominant.
Honestly, as much as we had results, right? Like we had there was the West Ham result in the Southampton game, which I went to the Southampton game, and it was devastating because like I said, it was my first game ever, and it was unbelievably good because I was there, but it was like I was distraught because I was like Man City haven't lost a game in like 18 games, man. Like we.
You think
Like,
they're going to win the Champions League?
yeah, dude, they're versing Inter. If they don't, like, that's fucking bizarre.
Inter's pretty good, man.
They're
Right
not. They're not though. They're not like. They're not as good as like half the teams that they've versed so far. Right? Like they should wipe the floor. The only reason they won't is if they actually choke it.
Right.
Like, but
And I personally don't think they will.
no, me either. Right now, like me either. But like if they had a tough game in the final, if they were versing Real Madrid in the final, I could see where they would where they could choke, even though they dominated Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Like I could see it just because like it's more of like
club,
that.
big and yeah, Milan Inter hasn't had any real success in the last few years. In the last few years, they have in the last 5, yeah. But before that, they haven't really had a chokehold on the Italian league or
not at this level though. They haven't had Champions League success. Mourinho, which is like fucking ages away.
Yeah.
Like none of those players know what it's like to win a Champions League. Really, I think like trying to think, maybe a couple of them have probably won something like that. Like Lukaku, maybe at Chelsea at one point. I don't know if he was there though. I don't think. But like so it's like I don't know. Like
I think Dzeko won Champions League as well.
No, he wouldn't have. No, Man City haven't won it yet. So like he hasn't.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. Fuck, I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, like Martinez has won the World Cup, so that's pretty similar. Like so World Cup's pretty similar in that case. But like they have, but like Man City should win the treble. They'll probably beat you in the FA Cup next week.
Yeah, most likely.
But who knows? Who knows? Like at the end of the day, I kind of want them to win everything now because I can then say, hey, we were
at the best team in the world. Yeah,
we lost the best team ever. They will go down as the best team ever if they win all 3. They'll go down. People will be like Champions League, FA Cup, Premier League, triple. Only Man U have ever done it.
Yeah.
They will like
only Fergie boy. Only my Fergie.
And this Man City team is like if we lose to it, like because a lot of people are giving us shit and saying we bottled it, which is fair because we did lose a lot of games.
That last run, you kind
of the last month, 2 months, we've been terrible. Like we've been like dog shit. But
I mean, I feel like because of what happened with you guys this year, I feel like you guys have a good chance of winning next year.
Oh, dude, I've never been like more positive.
You have such a good team now. They've been playing together for a while. You've come the youngest to a point where you almost won it. Yeah, so it's almost like it feels like it's bound to happen next year.
Well, it did not. But the problem, the thing that people aren't looking at is we weren't supposed to win the league this year. Like us came out at the start of the season saying we're going for top. We were just top 4 is the biggest. Like we want top 4. We want to be in the Champions League. We want to fucking move on. Turns out we were fucking 19 games in and we won 17. So we were just like, okay, maybe we could do something here. Okay. Like it's like we're still the youngest team in the league by far. Like we've got Sacco that's just signed a new contract for 5 years. Martinelli on the other side who's signed for 4 years. We've got like all. If Saliba signs because he's probably going to sign in this summer hopefully. Fucking got like some players that are just going to be like world beaters in a couple of years.
Solid.
So we're not set up to win now. We're set up for the next 5-6 years.
Yeah, you're building a franchise.
Exactly, which is what we want. Like I'd rather that than like us just have 1 year. Like if we fight and come second every year, I don't give a shit if we win at the. I would love to win, obviously, but like the fact that we're actually we play well and like we're fighting and like we're actually being competitive. That's all I want to see. Like I've never been a fan to be like, I demand we fucking win. We're this team. We're like, like also we don't spend money the way that Man City do. Like we don't have like we're not owned by Qatar. Like so it's just I'm just happy that we're doing what we're doing. Like it's been a pretty bad end to the season, but what can you do? What can you do?
Have you been listening to any of the new music that's been coming out recently?
I haven't. I've been like away from music recently. Even at the gym, I've been listening to podcasts. I've been
interesting.
Which is weird for me. I've never like listened to a podcast.
I've done it before. I usually listen to like comedy ones, and then I'll just be like lifting, and then I'll just hear something funny. I'll just laugh, and people in the gym will just like look at you like, why is this kind of laughing?
Yeah. But then if I do, I've been listening just to my gym playlist, so it's been like the same older music that I'm playing.
Well, I wanted to shout out Russ for releasing Chomp 2.5.
Russ is the UK. Russ is coming to the UK.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I seen that. I might have to suss it out if I'm there. But I think that's it. You got anything else you wanna?
No, I was gonna say congrats to, but I don't know. Do you remember that thing I showed you? I showed you Luton at like their stadium.
Yeah.
They got promoted to the Premier League yesterday.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
So their stadium where they get like you have to walk in. through people's houses to get to the fucking stadium. That's in the Premier League next year, which is first team ever to go from non-league to the Premier League. Crazy, but like, and yeah, shout out to him. Shout out. I can't remember what his name is. I think it's Tom Lockyer. It was the playoff final last night, and he collapsed on the field. So shout out to him. Hopefully he's all right. It looks like he's okay. By the looks of things, he was in the hotel celebrating, but yeah, he just like weirdly, another footballer just fucking collapsing, which is bizarre. But what can you? Do you know what? Actually, before we do go as well, something I learned about recently. Do you know what snus is?
But I've read that shit. I wanted to look into it, but I didn't get a chance because my internet died on me. What is it?
So it's essentially just like a pack of nicotine, and like, so it's a lot of sportsmen use it, but specifically footballers. They're like, it's been there was like a journal recently that came out about it, where like they're just like these little sachets that you put like just in your gum, just there. Yeah, it releases nicotine into the gum. Can be really bad in terms of long-term effects. Can cause like mouth cancer, so on and so forth. Like really, really bad. But
they say that about chewing tobacco as well. So pretty serious.
Yeah. But essentially it's just like a nicotine release, and like there's been like cases with footballers where certain footballers are swear by it, like they can't go without it.
Yeah.
And then there's also like I think so. There's been certain ones like there's known Kieran Trippier is pretty addicted to it because he always has it up there. Zlatan takes up. So it's a Swedish product, which people in Sweden just have it all the time. So like people like Zlatan are just like obviously like going to be using it because they're Swedish. But like apparently a lot of like the English Premier League players now use it. It's like Jamie Vardy's always been using it. Marcus Rashford uses it. So like
that's why I saw the photo was of Marcus in the background. There was that little like
because there's essentially I think the Athletic did the article on it, and they were saying essentially like one Premier League footballer like relies on it so heavily because they were so out of form, and then they started using it and they came into form, i.e. probably Marcus Rashford. So like it's like, but like one Premier League.
And if it helps, fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, it helps. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know what the problem is with it, really. Like, but I don't know. But then, like, another Premier League footballer admits that he's addicted to it, which I think is Kieran Trippier. Because he's done interviews where you can clearly see it in there. Which is quite funny. You also see players on the bench, just like sometimes, like just
doing this. Yeah.
Like, so it's like I don't see what the problem with it really is. I just thought
it's legal. Why not, man? I understand some people like it's a fucking it's a performance enhancing drug. You could just have a fucking. You think football players didn't have a ciggy before a game or fucking
that's
time? That's still nicotine.
Like it's for relaxing, and then like when you're like, people forget these people are human beings. Like I've heard that apparently Lionel Messi is apparently terrible before a game. Like he spews, he's like really nervous.
Yeah.
Because like when you've got like the world fucking watching you, man, it's fucking like you're still a human being. Like I'd be shitting myself. I'd be fucking shitting myself. Like I can only imagine like this.
The level of expectations they also have for him is unrealistic.
Exactly. So it's like, you know, like I don't blame someone for wanting to relax if it helps them relax. Like, you know, it's like go for it.
100%.
Yeah. Anyway, that was all on that.
Yeah. You got your Sunday Select?
I don't really actually. What have I been listening to a lot of recently?
You could throw Peggy in there since you missed him.
Yeah, I can, but I haven't. I'm trying to think of what I've been like putting on and listening to. It's probably Golden Hour. Golden Hour. Who's it by? Golden Hour is by JVKE. Everyone should know it. It's like fucking huge. It's like it's not a small song at the moment. It's going crazy, but it's fucking tune.
Fair enough. Mine is To Summer from Cole, Audio Hug by Summer Walker featuring J. Cole. Fucking absolute banger of a song.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be probably back more frequently now.
We'll try. And if we're not, we're not. Like,
we should be. We should be.
Yeah, we should be.
We'll figure it out. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.
Peace.